Good afternoon, Warriors. Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well. Didn't get a chance to do one yesterday, this morning, but I wanted to kind of catch up a little bit and do one now that I've got a little break here before my night class, and I wanted to kind of catch up a little bit. So thank you guys for the comments, subscriptions, donations, likes. It's wonderful. As you know, I get a lot of the topics from you guys, and we talk about a lot of the great different topics, and we have one again today in this episode. And I wanted to kind of do a shout out to Herman Melville. Herman, great job on this one. The question he's got is, does high status women and semen retention, can a man be with a high status woman under semen retention? So it's an excellent question. Let's kind of delve into this one a little bit. All right, so when we're talking about energy again, we're talking about a high level energy you have, and there's a good chance you're going to draw high level status women with you. Now, when we talk about definitions, obviously we have to kind of define what we mean by high status women. I think certainly you could talk about women who are rich. That's one possibility. You could talk about women who have a lot of class. Some people talk about that as high status. And some people talk about women who are, attractive type of looking women who draw a crowd of people. You could kind of define that in a lot of different ways. But guys, here is the key to retention. And I see it again today. I've seen it every day. The women will just flock over you. It's just truly amazing. No matter what the age is, you have to kind of run from it. I'm actually at the point where I'm just kind of avoiding everything. And I think a lot of people said that before, except for my wife and my daughters who I interact with all the time. I'm just kind of saying this is flattering, but the idea is that you have to understand what's happening here. And so we're talking about high status women. You're talking about women who are a little bit better than most average women. And this is how you define this. This is really up to your definition. And there's no doubt you're going to attract women with semen retention. You're going to attract them because they like that energy. They're going to want that energy that you have. They want to be around that energy. And that energy is going to be strong. Now, whether or not they look at God when they see that, as David Judah said, or they're just looking at the energy and they feel the energy and they feel you a mile away, well, no matter what it is, it still ends up the same result. They want to be close to you. I always had that song, that Burt Bacharach, back in the old days when I was growing up. They long to be close to you. You always wondered why that was happening. Well, I think it's because of the energy level. They want to be with you because they sense the energy. They see the energy. They feel the energy. They're not sure exactly what it is, but they know they're attracted. And I've had this happen with women of all age groups. And it's solely amazing. Now, when you talk about high status women, obviously, they're going to expect more than women who are not. And that's just kind of probably the fact of what's going on. So what does that mean for you? Well, once again, you have to understand, part of the reason why you have this high level energy is because you're retaining. And if you're retaining, you're having a lot of self-control, self-discipline. This attracts women to no end. Because most women, especially if they're high status or they have a lot of attraction especially, they have men flocking all over them. Men want to be with them all the time. But the thing is that you are not one of those men. You have a great level of self-control. You don't really care, to be honest with you. I mean, you're kind of like I'm saying I am now. Just floating along, doing your own thing. You're not paying attention to it. You'll notice it, but it's not something that's a high priority anymore. And as that's the case, now it's going to come to you all the time. And these women who are high status, they will notice it as well. Now, because they're in that certain category, they may not chasing you around, in an obvious way, but they notice it. And so again, women love attraction. And they're going to, if they got attention from you, they're going to notice that. And if they don't get attention from you, they're going to notice it as well. And so if you're on your goals, if you're on your plan, if you got a purpose for your life, then you become a highly attractive, focused, and dangerous man, because many of these women want you. And it's because you're not paying attention to them. And in fact, you have an energy level that indicates that you're fine by yourself. Like I said, if I wasn't married and I didn't have kids and a family and take care of and all that, I would probably be somewhere out there in the forest and the trees and living out in the wilderness, because I can be by myself. And I think once you have that level of a self-discipline, and you're able to have discipline and self-awareness, now women come to you, because you don't need that. You don't need them to live. You don't need them for your identity. You don't need them to tell you what to do all the time, which is a lot of things that beta males and males who are just kind of passive will do. You have your own life. You're in charge of your own life, and you're going to live your own life. And women want to be part of that, great. If you want to be if you want them to be part of it, it's great as well. But it's not something that's a high priority in your life. And even though you have family and kids, the same way. It's something that's important. You want to take care and provide, obviously, but it doesn't just define you. That alone doesn't define you. You have other goals besides your family. You have other goals that you want to continue on. And as long as you do that, you're going to be highly attractive for the rest of your life. And obviously, as men get older, they become more attractive because they are a lot more mature, and they can transmute this energy into something that's productive. And once again, women, unbelievably, not the way you're looking, but what you can do, It's amazing to me. I've seen this before with other people, and my wife included. I mean, you're doing housework and they find you attractive. You're doing something. They find you in action. A man in action is an attractive man. I don't care if it's housework, doing the garden, cleaning up, working hard on something, constructing something. This is attractive because you're using the energy to be productive. And women look at things a little different than men. Women look at the overall picture, and they're looking at a bigger picture, not looking just how you look physically. They're looking at what you're doing and the whole relationship of that. And so the key, guys, is to kind of look and see, what is it that makes me attractive? And what makes you attractive is your discipline, your goal setting, you're doing things that are making you stand above the rest. And therefore, you're not worried, you're not going to have any trouble with high status women at all. In fact, you're going to attract them. The problem with it is that they're going to also be independent. They're also going to be probably somebody that's going to have a lot of, maybe power, significant types of things. But you're going to have to deal with that if you want a relationship with that type of person, because they're going to have high stats. It's almost like two celebrities coming together. They both have to kind of deal with each other in some ways. But once again, you don't care about any of that. You care about, on your own, achieving what you have to do, and in my world, in what God's purpose is. And if you're doing that, these other people can come and go. If they're in your life, enjoy it. Have fun, enjoy it. Do the best you can to work with them, have relationships with them. But the bottom line, warriors, you don't need any person. You are your own person. And that's when you have self-discipline. You're able to know that God is the person you're following. You're following that purpose, whatever God's purpose is for you, the plan he has for you. That's why it's important to read the Bible. That's important to read whatever biblical type text you're reading to get an understanding of what your purpose is. Like I've always said, a lot of these biblical things are very similar in their scope and idea, especially when it comes to plan and purpose. And you could argue about different aspects of all religion, but you can't argue about the fact that they're all very similar when it comes to your relationship with your God. And that's important because you want to make sure that you're focusing on your purpose. What is your purpose? Your purpose is not to release all the time. Your purpose is not to be chasing women. Chances are the women that you get are going to be low self-esteem anyway. You don't want that. You want people that are going to be fruitful of something and help you. These high-status women will probably help you a lot in your life. In fact, if you're someone they're attracted to and they're rich, they'll give you anything. They'll give you anything because they feel good. Women act very emotionally. They act on how they feel and how they feel around you. If you make them feel good, I'm not even talking about physically. I'm talking about just emotionally. then they're going to want to spend time with you. They'll hang with you. They'll chase you because they love that feeling that they feel good. They smile. They're happy when they are with you. You make them happy. It's not even a physical thing, warriors. It's just the way they react to you. And therefore, they pick that out because of the energy source. And that's the first way they like you. So you already have a built-in win there because they like the way you look with that aura. And because of that, they're going to want to be with you. And then you talk with them in that deep voice that resonates with the whole idea of retention. And you're a masculine male. These women, they can't find anybody like that. You can't believe in our society now how many people, 1%, right, that have any idea about this trait, because it's been long gone in our society. It used to be more of the case way back when, but now it's very hard to find someone that's got that kind of level of self-discipline. And that person, that man, is highly attractive. Don't worry about attracting high-status women, but it's an excellent question because we need to look at how women look at you. And it's important to realize that women will be attracted to you no matter what, because you have that retention. The question is, are they right for you? You have to make that choice. You're the prize, my friends, even though everybody says it's the opposite. You're the person that a high status woman wants, because they want someone that they're going to be with, for doing lots of things with, that they feel like is an equal. Someone who is at that level that they have. They don't want a man that's below them. Yeah, they may be with them at some point, but it's just almost like they have no respect for that person. You build respect because of the discipline you have. Okay? All right. So once again, great question, Herman. I appreciate that. Great observation. And there's a difference between a high-status woman and a low-status woman when it comes to semen retention. And make sure that you can tell that difference and see if that person's right for you. All right, my friends, until next time, God bless each and every one of you. And remember, 2 things. 1, every day is a new day to a wise warrior. And the second thing, guys, you keep doing this every single day. You continue to battle on! All right, guys, have a good night. And don't forget to battle on.